-1 tree monster is out there waiting on us, about another hour. But guess what, guys? The power went out 3 hours ago. If you guys have ever seen Godzilla -1, you'll understand why I named this video Solar Charging -1. As you can see there are two Outage 100-watt solar panels attached to my deck right there. One is right behind the gray chair, you can barely see it. The other is right under that table there. So you see them there. And they have the cords is running parallel, running right around the baseline there, right around that baseline there. And it goes all the way to here. Guys, I'm not going outside because I'm wheelchair bound. It's hard for me to get out on this deck. But the wire runs right under that bench and runs to the window in the kitchen where my 1280 watt solar power DIY power station resides. So this is ground zero. The reason why it's ground zero is because the panels, 90 degrees, will never get perfect sun angle. What makes it the -1, what makes it worse is these trees right here. That's all the way. Now this is basically westbound. It's roughly 5 p.m. here in North Carolina. So the sun is going to go down in that area. And doing that is going to basically clip the trees all the way down. Now this is south. As you can see, nothing but trees. Nothing but trees. In the morning, the sun comes up in the front of the house. So we're basically just getting residual daylight. And it actually does help. I mean, I can actually still get some type of charge that way. But we're going to see 200 watts trying to charge 1280 watt hour LiFePO4 battery to full from zero. All right, guys. And as I mentioned, that cable from the back deck is running through the window here. And you can see it running right there. Never mind all that to the left. That's my other power station. I'll do a video about that soon. And that cable leads to, unlock myself, hold on. And that cable will lead to my little Voltron right here. This is the blue leg, I guess. I don't know. This is the XT60 cable I'll be using to connect with. And this is the PWM Solar Charge Controller that I elected to use with this one. It is 20 amp. PWM is significantly weaker than MPPT charge controllers. And this is an MPPT on this one. That orange and black box there. Again, we'll go over that one in another video. But this is the 1280 watt hour battery that we will be charging. Right now I'm in the process of draining this battery. Then I can definitely go ahead and plug in, let's see. I'll go ahead and plug this into that port right there overnight. And as soon as the sun comes up in the morning, we'll start charging. Again, this is going to be a real world test. The weather forecast here is, I think, partly sunny tomorrow. We'll take a look at that. But if it takes more than one day, more than one good day of solar to charge it, and I expect it will, given that the panels are at such an ugly angle, and given that we'll have to contend with the trees when the sun finally reaches the back part of the house, I do think this is going to take maybe 3 days to reach full. What do you guys think? Give it a shot, give it a guess, and tell me what you think in the comments. All right, we now have the infamous inverter beat. It has drained the battery down, and I will plug up the solar panels tonight before I lay down, and we'll check tomorrow to see what's going on. Before we plug up the solar panels, I'm going to unplug everything that would drain, that would pull energy out of the inverter. The PWM blue light will continue to blink because There is actually still charge in the battery and it's picking up on that, but it's not enough to run anything. So we'll just plug that cable up into here before I lay down tonight, and we'll check the Overkill app just to see where the status of the battery, and we'll check back in with it in the morning to see where it is. All right, it is now 11 o'clock p.m. As you can see there, to have the solar hooked up now to the PWM. Everything is that can draw power from the inverter has been unplugged, except for that white wire. That's just the remote in the back for the inverter. And of course, like I said before, the PWM will stay on unless the battery is completely 100% dead. And it is not. It is at 0 amps. Basically, it's too weak for any device to pull any juice out of it. So that's where it stands. Again, we're plugged up right now, and we'll see what it looks like in the morning. Okay, everyone, this is day one. Full disclosure, I did miss the morning check-in. It is now, what time is it now? It's now 1:15 p.m. And as you can see, it's very overcast. Not many shadows on the ground, so it's not good as far as solar input would go. And at any rate, the sun wouldn't be back here in front of those panels anyway right now. So in just a moment, we'll go inside and take a peep. Well, actually, we can do that now. Let's look at the Overkill Solar app, see where we are. All right, guys, here we are at 1:17 p.m. We just plugged in the solar panels last night around 11:30 p.m. And from that point forward up until right now, we've harvested 5% of that 1280 watt-hour battery. We have 4.7 amp hours out of 100 amp hours harvested. It has been very overcast all day, so we'll check back in around 5-6 o'clock, and then we'll do a final check around 8. See you guys soon. All right, guys, here's our day one evening look at the porch. You see the sun is coming in and out around the cloud right there. And again, like I said, it's going to just keep clipping the trees, and it's going to set right about that area there. But right now, that sun is beaming. I see another cloud about to overtake it in just a second. But that's what we're looking at right now, guys. Check back in with you around 8:30. Final check of the day. Right now, the sun is low. We're not going to see anything else after 6, I believe it was like 6:30 or so. No more wattage came in for the rest of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, and we'll tally up the numbers. I did not capture any deck video footage this morning, and I did not capture any overkill solar footage this morning, but here are screenshots. So again, right now it's 3:27 p.m. We're showing a charge in the ballpark in the 60s right now. Wow, it must be a cloud cover coming over just that quick, because it's dropped down drastically. But you see, as yesterday we were at 24.6 amp hours, and right now we've only climbed to 34.9. Not sure if we're going to reach that 25% that we did yesterday, but we'll keep our eye on it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is basically 8 o'clock p.m., day 2, and I think we are definitely done for the day as far as solar input goes. It's almost dark, so we only pulled in roughly 18 amp hours today versus the 25 from yesterday. So I guess ground zero, which is the fact that the panels are at a 9-degree angle, or the -1, the trees really weren't never a big factor today because it's been cloudy almost all day. So we will continue this on tomorrow. I had a doctor appointment again this morning. I did not have time to film a deck video, so these are 2 screenshots as of 8:30 a.m. All right, guys, it is roughly 2:30 p.m. and look at those skies. Look at that. It's amazing we're even pulling in anything right now. We are pulling in the ballpark about 25 watts. Like it's trying to clear up a little bit that way. I don't know if it's going to make it or not. But the cloud struck before -1 tree took place. So again, I'm getting ready to head out of town. I should be back, I would say around 8. So I'm going to miss my 6 o'clock check-in with you guys. But wish me safe travels, and I'll see you guys soon. I did miss the 8:30 check-in with you guys this morning. Sorry about that. Seems like I'm getting good at that, huh? Missing my 8:30 check-in. But last night we got in too late, and it was dark, so I didn't do a evening check. But right now we are at 69% fully charged, and it's day 4, and it is 2:30 p.m. As you can see, the clouds have taken over yet again. It was sunny this morning for a couple hours, but right now we're pulling in 0 watts. We'll check with you guys again later. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 6:40 p.m. Today was a classic North Carolina day. We had all kind of things going on. Rain, wind, sun, rinse and repeat. So right now it's sunny. Skies are fairly clear. See, the sun is starting its descent through the trees like usual. Bound to set right around in that area there. But we are right now bringing in about 15 watts. I think we're right around 74% full. So we're roughly 3/4 there. Over 4 days, that's not impressive, but we'll see what it does. Check back with you guys right around 8:30. All right, guys, as you can see, day 5, I did not get any live footage from the deck. No security cam pictures, only screenshots of the Overkill Solar app. As you can see, I did miss the 8:30 roll call. Sorry about that. But duty calls, when your daughter wants your time, you'll give it to her. So that's what happened on Saturday. So as you can see, as at 12:35, we were pushing in 20.4 watts, and we were up to 78%. I think last check-in we were at 74% last night. Next check-in I did was 5:15, pushing 25.7 watts. And on, you see it was 85%. Then we got to 88%, and that was at 6:56 p.m. And we got no more solar for the rest of the evening. It was yet another classic North Carolina day. Sun, wind, clouds, rain, wash, repeat. You know the drill by now. But nonetheless, guys, this is all I have to show for you on for day 5. Now let's move on to day 6. Good morning, guys. We're now looking at screenshots of day 6, 9:30 in the morning. As you can see, it's a fairly sunny day, partly cloudy. We've had a couple of good sunny mornings, a couple of very cloudy mornings. I guess this one is nestled in between of what we're used to seeing. Last night, we ended with 88% state of charge. As you can see at this point at 9:48 a.m. the next day, we're at 89%. And at that time, we were pulling in 20.5 watts. Not impressive, but better than nothing, which is what we've been in the ballpark of seeing over the past week. I obviously missed my 8:30 deck view with you guys, and I'll tell you now, I'm going to go ahead and miss the 12 o'clock view with you as well. Stay tuned for the, I believe, 6:30 viewing. All right, everyone, it's day 6. It is 5:30 p.m. Plenty of shadow on the deck, so that means plenty of sunlight above. We're doing pretty good today. And right now, I think we're cooking around 65, 70 watts, which isn't too bad, again, given the position of the panels. And the -1 tree monster is out there waiting on us about another hour. But guess what, guys? The power went out 3 hours ago. And I was forced to use my Voltron mobile cart a little bit. It's still going right now. And I'll cut to a footage in just a second to show you guys what we're powering with them right now. This power outage only lasted about 3 hours. So I did not hook up either power station to the refrigerator or the freezer. My plan was if the outage were to last much longer than maybe 4 hours or more, I would have plugged up the freezer to Kal-El. I only plugged up the Honeywell tower fan to Kal-El. And to the Voltron mobile cart, I plugged up my Primo water cooler just for a couple of hours. And actually, it did not hurt the battery capacity at all. It actually finished charging up to 100 before the power came back on. Oh yeah, by the way, we are actually at 96, maybe 97% full on that battery. I'm glad it happened today and not 3-4 days ago. We'd be in a lot of trouble right now, huh? All right, guys, as you've seen, it took us a whopping 6 days to charge that 1280 watt hour battery to full with 200 watts of solar panels sitting at a 90-degree angle against the deck and with very tall trees about 25 to 30 feet away, blocking the last 2 hours of good sunlight. Let's take a moment to go over this chart here that I've put together. So day 0, I drained the battery to 0 amp hours so we can start out fresh to see what it would really take to go from 0 to 100 amp hours. Then I plugged Voltron up to the XT60 cable running through the window to the 200 watt solar panels. Day 1, it started charging. At the end of the day, we had amassed 24.6 amp hours. That was with classic North Carolina summer days. We got your rain, we've got your wind, we've got your clouds, we've got your sun. Rinse and repeat. Spoiler, the whole week, the whole 6 days was pretty much that scenario. All right, fast forward to day 2. The end of day 2, we went from 24.6 amp hours to 42.7 amp hours. Again, the same type of weather, heavier cloud cover. Day 3, guys, I apologize. I failed to take a screenshot of the total amount, but thank goodness the BMS continued to calculate. So let's move on to day 4. By the end of day 4, we were sitting at 73.5 amp hours. Again, mostly cloudy all day. It didn't rain that day, thank goodness. Day 5, we got to 87.8 amp hours. Fairly overcast that day, but it did rain that night. Well, not on and off all day like we've been experiencing, but it only rained that evening, day 5. At the end of day 6, we finally hit the 100 amp hours. It was mostly sunny, and it fully charged at 6:18. But as you've seen early in the video, we did experience a power outage. So I did leave Voltron plugged up to the solar, but at the same time, I plugged up my Primo water dispenser for myself and my daughter. And as you also saw, I connected Kal-El to my Honeywell tower fan. So guys, again, 6 days to full. 6 days, it got there at 6:18 exactly. And the last time I saw it was the first time I saw it hit 100% during this whole test was at 6:18 p.m. day 6. We would have gotten there a tad bit quicker if it not had been for the power outage and me not using it to keep the water cooler going. But hey, that's what it's there for, right? So given again that ground zero is my panels at a 90-degree angle up against the deck walls and about 25 to 30 feet away, nothing but tall trees blocking the solar input for the last 2 hours of the day. Not an ideal setup, thus I receive less than ideal results. For anyone else that wants to do this, I would suggest that you put your panels at least flat somewhere. If you can't angle them, put them flat somewhere. You'll get much better results than I have. But at the same time, if all you can do is put it up against a deck, like I say at an apartment, put it over the balcony or whatnot, and you can't get around other trees, let's say other buildings or whatnot that would block your solar, it is still doable. Just know that with your average North Carolina style weather, to fill a 1280 watt hour battery, it may take you 6 days. Unless it's sunny every day, you might be able to cut that close to in half. But guys, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for dropping by. Please like and subscribe.